Hello Jackals! I was making some Fusion templates and I had some buggy issues. Not the living kind, the PC kind. At least I think they're bugs and hopefully not features. Anyway, I was doing this in DaVinci Resolve 18, so it might not be an issue in DaVinci Resolve 17. But if it is, let us know in the comments down below. Now let's get digital. Now in this Fusion composition, I was using an expression. It's a simple one. I simply went to my website, copied it, to get the frames per second of the project, which returns this, and this number did not show up. Well, I managed to fix it easily by simply replacing the double quotations with single quotes. So maybe I can use this one. It also has some quotations, and I'll use a new text node, make an expression, copy this in, and as you can see, I have an issue, even though I shouldn't have an issue. So I'll type in single quotations and this should now work flawlessly. It does, as you can see. And now if I put this back to double quotations, it also works. So I have no idea what the issue is, but it is an issue. So if you use expressions that need quotations, use single quotations so you won't have any issues. The second issue I had was with simple animation. It's this one. And as you can see, it is an issue. Now I wanted to go a little bit fancy because I was doing this with shapes. So I have two ellipses, they're basically the same. So here I'm animating the length from 0 to 1, then it stays at 1 and goes to 0. And then I've simply used the spline, selected all of the points and simply set it to loop. And then in this one, I went fancy with the levels. In this case, I actually don't need to, so I'll remove the expression for now and set the level to 1. So this will work as it should. And the paint mode was set to subtract. Now with the ellipses, you can simply use the paint mode to apply what you want, but with shapes you can't. So this ellipse is basically this one. It has the same type of animation, but it doesn't have any kind of options when it comes to the paint mode, but I've used the as boolean to combine them. In the operation, as you can see, you can have union, which is basically combine these two shapes, so that's good, but then you need to use subtract so that you get the other half of the animation. And to do this automatically, well, you do need to use an expression for this. So in this case, it's basically the length of this ellipse, or actually this one. So if this ellipse is equal to 0 and it's not 1 or 0, you actually have to type in the text. So again, here we have quotations, and if you want to avoid potential issues, you would use single quotations. How do you know what you have to type? Well, you simply type in what's in the drop-down menu. So I want to use union and subtract. But just so you see, using polygons or shapes needs a different approach. This ellipse actually does work, even though it does have the fancy expression. And what have I changed? Well, basically, as you can see, I've set this width to be equal to height. And in this ellipse, I've also set the width to be equal to the height. And this height is equal to the height of this one. So if I change this height, I basically change both ellipses. And because the ellipses are linked, this somehow fixes the blinking issue. And then I also found two issues when I was making this lower thirds template. And I think the issue was with the actual project settings. They somehow got messed up because the Fusion composition was working just fine when I copied it to another project. So the first issue is with the background nodes. So this is the color, I want to change it. I think this is the most visible, no, this is the most visible change. So the background node is simply not working, and this goes for all of the background nodes, not just this one. And then for the media in, let me just display it. So this is the media in that I have in the media pool. And if I want to use it in a template, I actually have to use a loader node, because if I want to use this media in another project as is, as a Fusion composition, it will actually not find it because the media in ID will change. So for that you need to use the loader node. The window opens up, find the image that you want. In this case it's this one, my logo, and as you can see it's not the same. But if I open this in another project that is not this one, it will actually work. So if you do have any issues with images or the background color not being the color that you want, just copy everything to another project. But if you know the solution or the reason why this happened to me, let me know. And if you want to see how to make a lower thread template like this one that is animated and has an image in it, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss it. I'm Simon, and until next time jackals, keep it digital.